lords, my ladies, make way for the Middle Georgia Honor Flight with veterans, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. God bless our veterans.
The official town crier of Annapolis leads a hero's welcome at the Baltimore-Washington Airport for the inaugural honor flight of 2022.
A wonderful life is.
Yeah. 94-year-old Bronze Star honored Korean veteran Ralph Avery of Gordon smiled for photos with active duty military members showing the veterans around the nation's capital. For the first time since 2019, Middle Georgia veterans were treated to an all-expense-paid trip from Macon to D.C. to visit war monuments to their service.
Hey, Bronze Star coming through. All right.
Ralph's son, Michael Avery of Macon, paid his own way to serve as his dad's guardian for the day.
Well, thank you for your service. But I won't.
It's just really unbelievable, humbling. I get teary-eyed really easy, but yeah, when you come up on a group of people and they all congratulating these guys, they need that.
It feeds my soul.
Laura Nelson Bolick is a local volunteer guide who led the tour on a cold and windy, snowy day.
They need this. We need this. And I watch so many of them go home and burdens have been lifted because it's okay. It's okay that they came home or that they can tell their stories now. A lot of the World War IIs won't even talk, and they're starting now.
Keith Lancaster of Hawkinsville makes his first visit to the World War II Memorial.
I had no idea it was so large. The pictures don't do it justice.
The bombardier and gunner thinks about those who flew 33 missions with him.
The rest of the crew, they're not here. Really is something. I mean, hard to believe.
I learned a lot in the last few years. He never really talked much about it.
KERT Lancaster, his son from Bonaire, an Air Force Vietnam veteran, says his 96-year-old dad only started opening up in recent years about his days in the Army Air Corps.
All of this stuff's been kind of eye-opening.
As a Vietnam vet, I've lost some of the guys used to be in my unit.
Where he was, I was supposed to be. So I was spared.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Family members and guardians heard history from those who made it. Since the COVID-19 suspension of Middle Georgia honor flights, 14 veterans on the waiting list have passed away. There'll be 5 more flights scheduled this year.
Hey, Mr. Stanley Winfield, you have mail.
On the trip home, honor flight captain and retired Air Force veteran Roger Jennings passes out mail bags. Cards and letters from family, friends, and Warner Robins school children help sweeten the ride.
Very emotional for us as leaders and of honor flight, and for the veterans themselves. You know, it's a very emotional day. A lot of times they'll open up and tell them family members or their guardians stories that they'd never heard before.
Upon their return, a crowd lines the terminal at Middle Georgia Regional Airport. If these men didn't have a hearty homecoming decades ago, they have this one to treasure. Liz Fabian, the Center for Collaborative Journalism.